Hi kids, it's Betsy at Easy Peasy. I'm going to show you how to boil an egg. First thing you need to do is make sure it's okay with your parents if you use the stove and they're okay with you around boiling water. So if your parents say it's okay, then follow these instructions and you can learn how to boil an egg and have a yummy boiled egg as a treat. First thing we need to do is get a pot and fill the pot halfway with water. Here's my pot, and I put water in it, and it is halfway. As you see, it's to right here. Right there is where the water is. So it's enough water for when the egg to go in, it will come to the top of the egg. So fill it with halfway full with water from your sink. Put the lid on it and set it on the stove. Then we're going to need to turn the stove on. So we'll turn the stove on. Make sure it's on the right burner on the top of your stove. You can turn it on high, and then we're gonna wait for the water to boil. We don't put the eggs in until the water starts boiling. So just wait, you have to be patient. We're gonna have to wait for the water to boil. Okay kids, it's been about 5 minutes and you can see little bubbles and my water is starting to boil. So we are going to put our eggs in the water. You can put as many eggs will fit in the pot, or you can put just one, however many you want. Now, the best way to drop the eggs in without them breaking is to use a spoon. So take a big spoon. Also, this helps you stay far away from the hot water so you don't get too close. Put an egg on the spoon and gently, 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 gently put the egg into the water. Very gently, like it's a little baby. You have to be very careful. If it drops too fast, it will crack open. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to gently, gently, gently put another egg in. Gently, gently, gently. As many eggs as you want. Now we had to wait 5 minutes for the water to boil. And now that we have our eggs in, we're going to have to wait 8 minutes for the eggs to boil. Remember, when this is happening, try to stay in the room or come right back. I'm going to put the lid back on and I'm going to turn this down to medium, to the middle. It was high to start boiling. Now I'm going to put it in the middle. Okay. And I'm going to set the timer. Make sure it's still boiling. Yep, there's still some little bubbles coming up. Just barely. Put it on medium. My eggs are in. It's still hot, so remember, don't touch the pan or the water. Put it on medium, and then I'm going to set a timer for 8 minutes. Here's my timer. So that I don't forget about my eggs. And they're going to boil for 8 minutes, and then we'll come back and take care of them. Okay. That's my timer telling me the 8 minutes are over. So now it's still boiling. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it off. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes before we touch it, okay? So 2 more minutes, going to let it cool off a little bit. If you want to gently move the pot to another one, that's another burner that's not hot, you can, to let it cool down, or it can stay right where it is. So let's start the timer for 2 more minutes. And in 2 minutes we'll come back and we will be ready to cool off these eggs. Okay, our 2 minutes are up, letting it cool, but the pot is still going to be very hot. The handle is not, but if we're going to touch the lid or anything else, we need to be very, very, very careful. This is the most careful part, okay? So I'm going to use a hot pad, and I'm going to take the lid off just to be careful because we don't know how hot it is, all right? Then I'm going to use my hot pad, use your hot pad, and I'm going to carry this very carefully, very, very, very carefully. Make sure there's nothing in your way. Make sure there's nobody to get anything messed up in the kitchen. We need to be very careful when we're walking slowly. And then we're going to pour out the eggs. Now the pot is very hot still, so we're going to put the pot back on the stove just to have a good place for it away from everyone else because it's still hot. And we'll come back over here to our egg. Okay, our eggs are all done. I'm going to run some cold water over them. You can pick them up now. They're still a little warm. Run some cold water over them. Now the eggs are still a little warm. You might not want to eat them right now. If you want to eat it right now, you can put them in a bowl with some ice, and that'll cool them down really fast so that you can crack them and take the shells off and eat it right now. Okay, I put them in a bowl. I'm going to put some ice right on top and maybe a little cold water to get them to cool off really quickly. Some cold, icy water in there to help the eggs cool off. Okay, so give it another couple minutes for them to get cold, and then we can crack them and eat them. And now you know how to boil an egg. Enjoy your egg and have an easy peasy day.